We all gotta bring some hip hop into it. Salute to Camron, salute to J. Cole. I would say they just put out their, not just at the time of recording, their what is it? What is the person's last album? Crescendo. Anyway, and that's been a lot of discussion regarding J. Cole. Some of the what he's going about the rollout as far as really connecting with people, selling physical disc outside of the hoopty. So there's been a lot of positive praise about J. Cole recently, and that's why this story seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere. Even though I think we really need to talk about it, but this is like him, Camron actually fully deep diving into why he's pursuing actually legal action against J. Cole, which with a lot of people think of J. Cole, they think of him like the kind of nice natured rapper. Like, why would he be ever getting sued, especially by another rapper? So let's listen real quick to see what Camron said. And just relatively quick, I just want to know what y'all think of this, as it pertains to owing somebody, quote unquote.
Or cool, or was cool. This is exactly what happens. Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it. So on his first project I did an intro for him. I did the record for him for his intro. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. He said, cool. He had another project. I did a record in 20 minutes. I knocked that shit out and went off about my business. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the shock rain right now, and the moon got aligned with the stars, and when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put your all into it then. You know what I'm saying? Give me that verse. You called me twice to do something, and I did it. One day you have 48 hours to do it. Then I knocked the other thing out as soon as I came to New York, because you ain't want to send me a record, you want to be in the studio with me. I knocked it out. Cool, you don't give me the record. Then I say, you know what, forget the record. Let's do an interview. Bet I got you. I got a project coming out in June. Let's do it around there. Cool, June is coming. Oh, we pushed the album back. I don't want to just do an interview. All right, cool. Now we're going to do it in October. All right, I'll call you back in October. Yo, what's up? Oh man, killer. You say I tell you October, you call October, huh, nigga? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. So now this is when all the beef is going on with Kendrick Lamar. I can't do it now because I don't feel like talking about that right now. I said, look, I'll do the interview. I won't even bring that up. He says, nah, I can't do no interview and not talk about it. All right, well, when can I get the interview? Yo, February, definitely. February, I'm dead ass on February. February come.
Around the time.
Yo, what's up? Oh, shit. Yo, I'm still working, man.
Fuck you!
All right, they throw their own little clip in there, but...
So I guess salute to Camron. If nothing else, he's gonna be funny and honest. It's crazy. Like, we don't actually know too much. I mean, obviously there's a good amount of interviews from J. Cole back in the day, but outside of the music, we don't really know about too much about J. Cole. But the way Camron just spoke, everything he said is believable. Like, he definitely called J. Cole multiple times. J. Cole threw him the, yeah, let's do it around this time. It'll make more sense. And then when Camron called him back, he's like, dang, you really followed up on me, didn't you?
Bro, that's happened to me before. That is the most bullshit thing. Someone says that shit to me, I don't want to talk to them ever. I don't want to make any plans with them ever again. That's triggering.
And it sucks because, I don't want to fully start, and we're just talking hip hop. This is nothing too serious. I don't like to have negative views of my favorite artists. I don't really like to even have views on my artists because I don't really care. But it kind of sucks in the sense that J. Cole really did probably say I don't want to talk about that beef, which is kind of understandable, even though I don't understand the concept of not being able to just stand on what you do or what you say. And then Cameron was like, okay, we don't talk about it. But then he was like, no, if we don't talk about it, it'll be weird. Like, okay, so what do you want? It's just like that. And like what you said, Ghost, I can imagine, obviously not that situation. I can imagine having that kind of conversation with somebody that said that they would do something for me, and they kind of give those excuse to the excuse. And I'm just, how am I supposed to interact with that? How am I supposed to?
It feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a group project.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually spot on. Like they're gonna give you a reason for why they can't do it at this time and for this reason. You try to give them, okay, so let's do it there, and we will do it like this. I'll meet you at your spot. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It sucks. And now I'm creating this like frustrated perception of like in my mind about Cole. But that aside, yeah, what do y'all make of this interaction? And I guess outside of like, I mean, I do want to know what y'all think about this, but outside of like that specific interaction, do you think when somebody says they're going to do something for you, repay you back for your favor or whatever you did, you think you just have to end up really just being patient and just like going through the motions, or do you think like it does make some justification for Camron to put that additional pressure and pursue like legal act? Not Camron. Do you think it makes more sense to put some pressure on somebody when they say they're actually going to do something? What do y'all think? I'll start with you, Ghost. What do you think?
Um, I definitely get Cameron's stance and his frustration. As far as the legal action thing, I mean, I'm not. That's not going to be my first recourse. At the same time, though,
Cam's either.
if it's yeah, that to be very fair to him. Like I'm not putting any blame on him for taking this route. Personally, I don't know if I would. It might just be more of like, all right, yeah. So you flaking, and I don't want to interact with you anymore. But I don't know how far I take it as far as legal
Even if
action.
you've done a service for somebody.
Yeah, it depends. For one, like if it's like a stranger or like an acquaintance, and it's significant enough for it to make a difference, I I maybe would. It's hard to say without being in it specifically, without having like a one-to-one example. But I I have no issues with Cameron taking this legal action because he needs to do something to galvanize Cole, because it seems like no matter what he's doing, it's just getting excuse after excuse. So you need to provide some type of like you got the carrot before, now here's the stick. But yeah, it's like beyond like putting out something like, I mean, this kind of went viral on social media anyways, but besides putting out something on social media just to put pressure on them, there's really not a good way of applying pressure if someone's just not getting back to you, which is why suing is so effective, even if it's not uh, looked on favorably by a lot of people.
Yeah. How about you, Ace? What do you think of this scenario and just the idea, the sentiment of like, you do some things for somebody, and when it's their time to pay you, they're giving you the million and one okie dokes, especially if you are kind of genuine about it. I guess to give an example, to what Ghost kind of asking, say you help somebody with some home renovations. But it's time for your home renovations, and they specifically said, if you need me, I'm gonna be there. But when it's actually time, they keep giving you this day don't work. Okay, but then you have another home renovation to be done. I can't really make that one either. How do you go about that?
I mean, I don't necessarily see myself ever pursuing legal action. It just seems very I mean, at the very least very costly, and no guarantees that you actually get what you want. But I mean, I'm not my perception of that person is going down the toilet with each with each dodge, like, and I mean, it could certainly get to the point where like we're not cool anymore, like whatever,
Turn that off.
friendly relationship we had, that's going out the door. Like, I'll give you a couple, but or maybe one or two, but
And that sucks. I think a lot of people would actually agree with y'all. Like, I don't think people are going to go down the legal route. I think a lot of people would just, like, at a certain point, cut them off. I
yeah.
guess if you sue somebody, that's also, like, a form of cutting them off because that probably our relationship that's not going to be really amicable moving forward. So what do you do to stay? So what do you? So if you what if you want to stay positive with that person? What do you do?
It's not on
I mean,
you; it's on the person to make it right.
if you can, yeah, if you can accept, I think it's irreparable in terms of you being able to, I don't know, believe that that person has your back anymore. Like at the very least, that's done. Like you're not gonna just be like, well, if I help him again, maybe they'll come back and actually help me next. No, you're just never gonna believe that anymore. So I think it's on them. And if they don't prove that they can actually back up what they say, then you're never gonna believe that. You could still be cool with them, but I mean
Just
that
don't
part is
trust them anymore. Damn,
yeah.
damn it, man. And what about you, Wes? What do you think? Now, I was curious to know your take on this because I think what some people could make the case is like, specifically if we're talking about music or art, like there could be some genuine like, even though like somebody else wants to create with you, you might not be in the space to really give them what you think you need in space, give them what they're asking for. So do you kind of look at it a bit differently in the sense of like maybe if someone was like literally coming to you and say, "Hey, let's make music," but you just not in that space right now, but they helped you out before. I don't know. Would you feel that makes sense?
I think in the case where, because this is their job as well,
True.
so I think it complicates things. And so in the case where, let's say I did something for them and they're not doing something for me back or vice versa, whatever. I think the obligation becomes more than just the art. And I think, like Cameron said, he said he busted it out in 20 minutes. Like it might it might not have been the art that was motivating him. It might have been the fact that this was a business exchange, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna give it my best." But the thing that was pushing him to do it and get it done is his business mindset more than his artistic mindset. Which, when you link those two, you're obligated to be consistent and to be professional. From the artistic standpoint, I think if you're a good person, you, you should try to honor it. If it takes more time than you expect, okay, but you should at least present them with something, even if you say, "Hey, this
Yeah.
is, I don't know, but let me know what you think. Maybe you can give me some. Maybe we can go back and forth and try to figure out something that's a little bit better." But it's just not. It's not coming to me right now. But this is what I can give you right now. I think you have to at least be able to do that much. Like, I don't think you can just be like, nah, and do that for years and years and expect to and have any integrity. Like, that's not having integrity. If you just say, if you do have some, I don't know, some artistic block, and you're just like, I don't have anything anymore for anybody. I guess that's something that can happen. But yeah, I mean, I think you got to do something if you can.
Yeah. Hearing stuff like this, and again, I guess the average person probably wouldn't bump into it unless you like have your own business. Do y'all think this should be more of a precedent to like put stuff on paper, or do you
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
There should be, but like in rap, like something like this, or I guess to take it
No,
out.
I'll have my people shoot you a contract real quick. I
mean,
think it could be done.
it could be, but like I'm saying, like if it was like a friend or something, or like an
right,
acquaintance that it wasn't the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
friend, but I knew him pretty well, I wouldn't be inclined to, unless they had like a known history of flaking. I wouldn't be
But
inclined to be like,
at the same time, there might have been something though, because you can't sue. I don't think you can sue just with maybe with verbal interaction. Like even if he had text or email, that's better than nothing because I think those can be used. And,
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, from legal perspective, I don't think Cameron's. I don't think he has just verbal communication
yeah, he has something.
in court. He
Yes,
must have something.
You know what? I don't think I would. I don't think I would ever. I mean, this is kind of a loaded statement, I guess, because I don't know what the future. But I don't think I'm inclined to put myself in the position of expecting something from others for free.
Facts.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
even if I do something for anybody, it's I did that for you. That's it. Like that's an isolated
Mhm.
incident. Now, if I ask you for something in the future, I'm not thinking back to what I did for you in the past.
Right,
ever.
right, right, right.
I'm glad you
So
said that. Because
That's definitely fair, but what if
that's my
the
same
person themselves offered of the
I'm like, no, I don't think I'm allowing them to even. Or if they do, I'll be like, okay, but I don't think I'm going
You're not
back to
using
that.
that as
Yes,
yeah.
You're
yes,
not living
yeah,
with the expectation that this
yeah,
is a
yeah,
1-for-1. Yeah, I'm the
yeah.
same way. If I give somebody something,
Yeah,
I feel like it's just that like old like expression, like it's like don't give it with the expectation you're gonna get back. And obviously, um, there are some things that are like a business transaction, so it's not to say like you don't do anything. But yeah, for the most part, if I'm giving something away, if it comes back to me, whatever. But I'm not expecting I need that back in this particular fashion. Yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, yeah, and if you do, and that's the other thing. Like, I believe in that, and I say that, but like, why do people will literally say like, "Oh, I got you with this thing. Like, I will be there." You don't have to be. You don't have to be a person that says, I will do this." You can be like, "I will try. I will do my best. I will work towards it." And obviously, that's not. I'm not saying those things make a person feel better about not getting back what they believe they're gonna get. But I'm just saying, like, people will literally say, "Yes, I'm doing this," and you don't have to do that. But I was saying, again, salute to Cam, salute to Cole for stuff that's outside of this specific transaction. And yeah, just in general, like if you should always try to stick to your word, and the vice versa. Don't ever try to. Don't ever. You're gonna live a better life if you don't have to hold people to certain expectations. Unfortunately. But if there's nothing else, we can move on.